welcome to another edition of Horses to Follow in KwaZulu-Natal with myself, Warren Inferna, and what's your name again?
George
van der Stel, who is...
I've been away for 10 days and you've forgotten my name. Jeez.
10 days. Try 2 weeks, in fact, spilling into the third week. That's how long you've been away.
What do you mean spilling into the third week?
You were away for nearly 3 weeks.
No.
How long?
2.
And the worst part of it is you're going away again this weekend.
Yeah, boy.
What, have you won the lotto or something that you're not telling us?
No, I'm going fishing. Fishing takes priority over anything.
Fishing.
Fishing.
At your ripe old age of 73?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Well, the Latty's paying. It's his petrol.
Okay, but no...
He bought me a fishing rod for my birthday.
You can let me talk, you're not going to let me talk. I'm trying to find out, at the ripe old age of 73, are you choosing to enjoy life now?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing? Itchy head?
I've got a scratch. I've got a bit of fleas, I think.
Okay. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Yeah, well, how was your holiday? Jokes aside.
Very, very, very nice. Thank you.
The birds and the wildlife that you showed me is magnificent.
Yeah, birds were a bit disappointing. I only got 165. I was hoping for 200.
Because if you didn't know, Andrew Harrison and I are both avid bird watchers. But Andrew Harrison, as you can see, goes away more often than I do. So he gets a chance to see birds often. I see them once a year when I go away. But anyway, are you still fighting with everybody on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, because
I made one comment and I got.
But of course, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to make a comment. You're not allowed an opinion. You're not allowed an opinion.
No,
you do not know that.
I'm a cruel man.
First of all, everybody was going on and on and on about how hot it is. Goodness gracious me, is summer a new thing? Has summer just jumped out of the bush and scared us?
Yeah, I don't know. I think people have.
Was there not summer 40 years ago?
People have got all wussy. Yeah, they sit in the aircon and shout.
Correct. It was hot. It's hot everywhere. It's hot on the poly track. It's hot at Greyville. It's hot in my house. It's hot in your house in Ashburton. It's hot at the training centres. It's hot. It's hot everywhere. Can you imagine putting out a notice to the owners, the jockeys, the workers, the staff? Racing will be closed from the 15th of January to the 10th of March due to the hot weather. Would there be an outcry?
I think the trainers would enjoy it. The jockeys might lose a bit of...
But on the positive, what I loved to see yesterday is buckets of water everywhere, hose pipes hosing horses down, trainers, assistants washing their horses down, horses waiting in the saddling enclosure and going straight out onto the track, racing and coming back and getting back into the shade. It was good to see. Just shows that we do love our animals.
It can be done. As long as you look after them, it's fine. But I mean, I remember... I'm going back 20 years now. I mean, the weather hasn't changed.
Yeah, it's been hot.
It's hot. January and February
is hot.
It's hot.
The sun met. Wonderful to see the connections of. I've gone completely blank. What's the name of the winner?
One World.
That's it. One World. The blue and white colours, the Trooters and Brahm and the whole team, lovely. This horse is a top horse.
No, he is. I mean, he's never finished out of the first. Only once out of the first 2. So no, he's pretty good. I hope he comes to KZN for the season.
Well, there's a word that he could be going straight to the paddocks of Claverflay to become a stallion.
Yeah, what for?
Well, Vaughan Marshall's had a good strike rate with training stallions.
No, he has. No, he's done brilliantly. I mean, from Captain L all the way through. And he had that good horse, Sea Warrior. Mace Roberts won the Guineas at Milnerton on him from outside draw. Brilliant ride.
Now, just to go back to you gallivanting, today's Thursday.
Yeah.
When are you coming back? Because from tomorrow I'm on leave for a couple of days.
I'll be back Sunday.
We'll be back on Sunday. Because Monday and Tuesday you ain't going to see me. Okay, so
make sure
you're back on Monday.
I'm back Monday.
Okay, and you also asked me to do some work on Sunday when I'm off. But anyway,
no,
you're
Sunday.
lucky I like you.
Not
Saturday
Sunday.
and Sunday.
Okay.
You're lucky I like you.
If you can help. Yeah, otherwise I'll just fire you, no problem.
Right. On Sunday, the 9th of February, we're racing at Hollywood Bets Scottsville. Let's get into it. Race 1 is the WWW I can't stand saying that because you sound like a www.tabgold.app.www.
Well, everybody knows this www. Why don't you just put tabgold.app?
Okay, tabgold.app maiden juvenile plate over 1,100 metres. And wasn't it wonderful to see that 2-year-old win at Scottsville yesterday for Barcy and Suzette, for Lew and Lazarne Forbes? I haven't seen a horse as quick as that in a little while.
Yeah, I know. Cruised.
Okay, the Tab Gold app, have you downloaded it on your phone?
No.
Well, I suggest you do because it really is very good, user-friendly, and it's absolutely magnificent. What did you tip in the first race?
I tipped Doug Campbell's Colts over the Bay. I thought it was a good barrier trial because it was a very, very sharp time.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I went for it.
Ran second to Coup for Loot. There's been 2 runners out of that form line. Not a place. Does that not bother you?
It doesn't bother you. The time is what counts there.
The time. Okay, that's why I asked the question. It wasn't a trick question. Not a trick question. Mousy on over number 6. That got thumped in the barrier trial, but I think you can expect more. But in saying that, it's out of a twice over out of a Captain L mare. Should want it a little bit further than 1100.
I would say so, yeah.
My first choice, can I give it to you?
Yes.
Is Sir Pom, the 2-year-old colt by Pomodoro.
The
Serena Ridley, Michael Roberts, Nick Johnson. Barrier trial second, showed that the barrier trial was no fluke. Ran second on debut, and I think this horse could be tough to beat.
I think so too, but I also think it might need a bit of grunt. I like Com's filly, Ziva de Grace. Okay. She's quick. She's been very green in both starts. And I think that experience could see her through.
Interesting. What is the name of the... I respect that. My other my second choice in the race is number 1, Walls of Dubrovnik from the Michael Miller stable for Pound Bloodstock. You know how they got the name Pound Bloodstock?
No.
And please...
lose a few pound, yeah.
No, not lose a few pound at all. So we're going to ask Tawanda to tag Sterling Miller and Miller Racing in this podcast. Pound Bloodstock. What is Mr. Miller's son's first name?
Sterling.
And what about a pound sterling? Have you heard of a pound sterling?
Yeah.
Come on.
You could do with a few pound.
Yeah, pound sterling. So pound bloodstock, and you can certainly make some money with pound bloodstock. Ziva de Grace. Now, the stallion is called Coup de Gras. So is the horse Ziva de Gras or Ziva de Grace? That's an interesting question.
I would say Ziva de Gras.
Yeah, Ziva de Gras because of Coup de Gras. Okay, so that's your second choice. Your first choice over the Bay. I've gone Sir Pom and Walls of Dubrovnik. Andrew and I disagreeing completely in race 1. Second race is a Soccer NE15 maiden plate over 1,000 metres at 1:15 on Sunday the 9th of February at Scottsville, Hollywood Bet Scottsville. You're back all right there?
I've got an itcher.
Jeez, you're going to get your wife to buy you some flea dip. The second race, we'll have a bath. That might just help.
Still suffering with sunburn from yesterday.
Okay, second race, you kick it off, Bossy Boo.
I think it's a toss-up between, Nichols in and McCullen. There's very little between those two. They finished on top of each other last time.
Okay. You finished?
Yes.
Okay, I like both your horses, but McCullen seems to be... not really improving, if I can say that.
Yeah.
Nichols in is improving quickly with racing.
That's why I tipped it first.
Yes, and I think number 2, Nichols in, is going to be the horse to beat. Yogus Govender for the Chetties. Billy Jacobson, lots to like about number 2, Nichols in. So Andrew and I are in agreement. He likes McCullen as the backup. I like number 10, Just on Broadway, as the backup. The third race is the Track and Ball Online. www. There's that www again.
Web, yeah.
Trackandball.co.za. Maiden plate for the girls over 1,000 metres. Again, don't blink, you'll miss it. For me, Andrew, I was disappointed with Hop, Skip and Jump's last performance. I know it over-raced, etc., but I was still disappointed. I do like the fact that Gary Rich has taken Go Kitty back to 1,000 metres, because I think it's an out-and-out speedball, this 5-year-old mare. They've put blinkers on, they've put her into 1,000. I think if they just let her rip, she's going to go very close, but might be hard to beat. Number 2, Afriel, who's my confident first choice. What do you like?
Yeah, I'm with you on Afriel. I think if you're looking for a pick 6, because the rest of the card looks very tricky, and if you're looking for a banker, I think you may as well go in or out first leg with Afriel. Okay,
let's move along. The fourth race is the Rockefeller's Restaurant FM 75 handicap for the girls. 1,600 metres. I don't know if Bint Al Malak will run again. But this is the horse that's in front of the Hollywood Bets Sizzling Summer Challenge.
I spoke to Laff yesterday.
Yes.
I said, I see you entered
Did you say or did you just say?
I said, I see you entered for Sunday as well. I said, are you running? He said, of course we're running. It just depends on how she pulls up. If she pulls up well, she'll be lining up.
Okay.
After the cash.
What is your first choice of
My first choice is Pop Over. I think she's just recently moved to Dean Cannemeyer from Alistair Gordon, who's given it up. And I think she'll be spot on for this race.
Do you know they all start at the same time?
Yeah, and this one will start in front.
I love tuning you up and I love stirring the pot. Okay, so you've gone with Pop Over. What are your thoughts on number 15, Susie Wu? Spooky Humby and your brother-in-law. Speak up.
Yeah, I know. I spoke to them this morning. He said the horse is very, very well. He says, but did you know that she was drawn 15?
They asked you, did you know? Okay.
Yeah, so I said, yeah.
15.
So they're not confident, but the horse is very well.
15 out of 15, 61 on its back. Yeah, that's a concern, but the horse is well. That's all we want to know, and it's got good form. Yeah. I'm against you here completely, as always. I've gone for number 5, It's a Pleasure, for Gavin Van Zyl. Warren Kennedy for the Nestats and the partners. And I think it's not a bad little filly, this It's a Pleasure. Her last run to Scully wasn't a bad run, and I'll give her a big chance. Healthy respect for number 11, Sacred Ibis. Did you see any Sacred Ibises in the bush?
We did actually, yes.
Okay, there you go. Race 5, 3 o'clock, Track and Ball Gaming, 68 handicap, 1600 metres. Now, as you say, this is a 68 handicap. It's tricky. I fancied a bit of Peter Piper last time. So did Sheldon Peters, but unfortunately we were a little bit disappointed with Peter Piper's performance. But
what race are we on? 5?
I'm prepared to give him another chance for the places here. What do you like for the win?
I'm going for Gravitation. I spoke to the Goose yesterday.
Yes.
He says the horse is doing pretty well. 2 good sprints. Said it will see out the trip. And he's hoping for a big effort.
Okay, the owners were on course last time, Gravitation's owners, and lovely people. And I agree with you. I think Gravitation is
because there's not much else in the race as far as I'm concerned.
Interesting to see that Anton Marcus. Okay, my apologies. I thought he had stuck with the ride. No, but Anton Marcus rode Tom Bombadil last time to win its maiden. The computer form have tipped it to win again. I'm not confident of that selection.
Poor old Kanya Sakai. He hasn't had a winner in about 8 months, the poor bugger.
Yeah, but it'll turn for him.
Oh, hopefully. He's a lucky kid.
I wonder what it is, because I just suppose it's
one of those. It's like our champion jockey in Hong Kong. He's been battled along too. So it's just a case of hanging in there.
Yeah, and he's had his 3rd winner. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so a tough race. Load up as much as you can. Race 6 is the Follow Gold Circle.
What's it? Roy's Fisco.
Roy's Fisco.
I see Anton stuck with him.
Yeah, so you've got to respect that.
Had too many chances.
6th race, 25-4, Follow Gold Circle on Facebook, 98 handicap. That's nice. We've got 1,000 metres race here. And tricky contest, Andrew, because Kingsmead, he can run. He flashes home late.
He likes Scottsville.
Calvin Habib's had ridden him 5 times for 2 wins. Effortless Reward, I think, is better than the recent form. Winter Blues, Louis Goosen's horse. Travelling Light looks decent. Calvary's quicker. Is quick. Robberg Express. There's a lot of horses here that have got chances. Even Perfect Peter, but that's returning from a 442-day rest. At the end of all that dissertation, my first choice is 3 Winter Blues from 1 Kingsmead.
No, I've gone against you completely there. I've gone for Robberg Express.
Okay, number 10.
I know it's got problems.
Mm-hmm.
Just listening to Pat Lunn when it won last time, obviously it's got a bit of dodgy engineering up front. Bleeds like a tap, but I think Pat's a good horseman. He knows what he's doing. He's got 53 on his back, and I think it's fairly useful, this horse. I think he'll want to go in again. Okay,
let's move along then to race number 7. Now, there's a horse that's been racing in Cape Town that I've been following called Quinte, the son of Exchange Rate for the Ferreiras, Craig Zaki. Strange to see a lot of these horses of Mario Ferreira's come up from the Cape to Durban. Not because there's anything wrong with the Durban, just that Adam Marcus won him a Group 1, didn't he?
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, and I see a lot of horses have come up from the Cape. Maybe they've decided to consolidate all their horses and have them in.
I don't think so. I think the big thing is the stake money.
Oh, there are. Yeah.
I like Corne Spies. That's why he's raiding KZN more often now. He says, you're getting 15 grand more for a win here than anywhere else. So he said, why not raid?
Well,
you rub the locals up the wrong way, but anyway.
Well,
every man for himself.
It's free competition, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So, okay. I remember watching Dennis Dreyer say that in one of his interviews, he thanked his owners for allowing him to go down and race in the Cape because, they're racing for lesser stakes.
Yeah.
But anyway, there we go. So
this is a hard race.
I'm not.
If you want a hard race, this is a hard race.
Okay, but the question I'm asking you, Quinte, I watched this horse in the Cape, and he's got a bit of talent, has this horse. So I do like him. It is his first run in the province. But I think Corinne Bestel, who had a winner yesterday, number 8, horse number 2, has solid form. And I think this horse has also got problems. Earmuffs. I think he's a bit of an excitable sort. But I like number 8, which is horse number 2, and Quinte, which is horse number 8. And if that doesn't confuse you, then I don't know what will.
Well, probably finished second and 8th. No.
So those are my choices. But I've gone number 8 to beat Quinte. What have you?
I've gone Antigonus. I think he's got all the right credentials. He's got the form. The trip shouldn't bother him. The 1200. So I've gone Antigonus from Quinte.
I spoke to Wayne Bardenhorst yesterday. We were sitting on the grandstand together at Hollywood Bet Scottsville, and he says that Lady Colleen Glacier, this owner's got some nice horses. Nice solid handicaps. Antigonus is another one, Lady Legend, I think. So good pay to follow, that's for sure. Okay, but it is a competitive race. The 8th race goes off at 4:45 on Sunday afternoon. I will have sent through my work to you by that time. What will you be doing at 4:45 on Sunday afternoon?
Hopefully still fishing. But I doubt it. I'll probably be back by then.
What do you like, Bossy?
I'm going for San Verde. Duncan Howells. I see it's moved from Mark Dixon. I didn't realise that. I thought it was a good run last time out.
Well, there's that Scully form line.
Yeah.
If that It's a Pleasure, I think it was... this is a maiden. Anyway, there's that. The bottom line is that Scully form line. We must just watch that Scully form line.
Yeah.
So you've gone for San Verde.
Yeah, that's me. And I spoke to Spooks about Double Gemini. He said Donovan Dillon's not looking forward to the ride.
What?
Because he's got to start pushing from the jump. So 1,900 meters he'll be shoving now from the start.
Okay, well, you like San Verde. The computer form tips San Verde to run second. So let's maybe tip our viewers and our punters and our followers some exactors box, because I like number 11, Bayview Express, who's improving all the time, ran second to Han Solo. Of course, Anton Marcus won on Han Solo, where Bayview Express ran second. He's got the ride now on Bayview Express. He's a sharpie. Very. So Bayview Express, my first choice. Andrew likes Saint Verde. Go box the exactors. That's if you are followers of ours. Judging by the amount of views we get, I think we've got a few followers.
Yeah, they probably want you would leave out, yeah.
Talking about, and I put my back out yesterday. Now, don't start your nonsense. Don't start your nonsense. It wasn't at home. To wonder, can you go after this to Spa and go and get some Moulton's Pets tick and flea wash for Andrew?
Just a collar.
Just a collar. He wants just a collar.
Yeah, so I can look like a real... Ooh, yeah.
It'll give you 6 months to stop that.
Yeah.
Why is the desk rising? Now, what I wanted to ask you... Now, what were we saying?
I don't know. Speak up, you're through. I don't know.
I've gone completely blank. We were talking about viewers. What I'd like the viewers to do is to comment for us, because we often see this 1,000 views, 700 views, sometimes
two comments,
sometimes 6,500 views, and let's ask the viewers and our followers to include some of their selections, maybe the horses that they like that we can follow, and try and get as many opinions out there for Sunday's racing, and also to try and get as many opinions about the podcast. Is it a good podcast? Do you enjoy our banter? Do you think it's dreadful? And let's comment, but let's make it very, very clear that we are not going to tolerate any malice, any vulgar language. you'll just be blocked and taken off. I mean,
if you call Warren a Wally, you're out.
Oh, and you? Then I'm going to call you a Wally.
Yeah, you can. I've got a thick skin. I don't mind.
No. So without being nasty, let's contribute. Let's tell us about the podcast and comment and give us some tips as well, horses that we can include for Sunday. But that's a wrap from us. I'll be back next Thursday for the next podcast. Punt well, travel safely, and
we'll see you in the number 1 box.
Andrew, just before we close, I was talking about my back. Now, I haven't injured my back from any falling down the stairs or too much beer or a drunk or whatever the case may be, or any bedroom activities. None of that. As you know, I'm on a diet. I've lost 4 kgs. Last night I did gym. And I can tell you something, I over-gymmed myself, and I've pulled a muscle in my back.
What do you mean over-gymmed?
Well, you must put yourself, instead of going 1, 2, 1, 2, you must put vigor in it. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Now you're stuffed for 2 weeks.
Now I'm stuffed for 2 weeks.
Very
anyway,
clever.
So, I'm on painkillers, and we'll see you, as always, in the number 1 box.